and welcome to yet another exciting and inspiring episode from Studio60. I'm Shruti Chakravarti, your host for today, and we are here to look back at an incredible milestone, a first-time initiative and a uniquely created platform for filmmakers, White Oryx International Short Film Festival. Let's look at a video that highlights and encapsulates the idea of voice.
We often forget that the birth of cinema was through short films. All these shorts eventually became features. And the Hollywood system gave us huge, sprawling epics. And now filmmakers have readopted the short film genre. Every filmmaker gets their start through short films. And they need a proper platform. And that's where WOIS comes in. There's also a subset of filmmakers who meet up every weekend just to make films. The passionate ones, the fervent workers. And that's who WOIS is for. People who would sacrifice their sleep, their livelihood, everything, just for film. And WOIS is also for you, the audience. It's like that quote from Hugo. After watching A Trip to the Moon, he said, it was like watching a dream during the day.
You said it was like fire around the brim, against the walls, against your rules, against your skin. I dragged you back, sleepyhead. 3, 4.
We've seen the highlights of the idea and have understood it from the video. Let's hear more firsthand from the festival director, also a close friend of mine, Diyab Basheer. Hi Diyab.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us today. Firstly, WOIS is a dream come true for you, I must say that.
Yep.
How did it all start?
I think it starts from the idea that Dubai is the sort of the cultural capital of the UAE, not just the UAE, the entire Middle East, I must say. So that has given it a sort of responsibility to spearhead Arab cinema, and they have been doing a wonderful job through the International Film Festival and other platforms, but that does leave a gap for the expatriate community, which comprises most of the population.
Okay.
So when I myself as a filmmaker looked at opportunities, I found a severe lack of it, and that's how the idea of the film festival originated. So I wanted to make a film festival which catered to students, amateurs, and passionate filmmakers, the people who, as the video says, are defined by passion, not by career. You know, people who get together on weekend just to make film out of passion. So I wanted to give a platform for people like that in the UAE. So I think that's how WOIS started.
What's your opinion on the relevance of short films in day and age? Now that we have social media and YouTube, that is a great way for amateur and student filmmakers to put up their work, their talent of short films. How do you think a festival like WOIS can play an important role?
Yeah, it's a question that I've been asked a couple of times when I was pitching around the idea of the festival. So platforms like YouTube and social media, so when anybody can put any content as they want. But it's gotten to the point that it's not how good the content is. It's the virality, the ability of something to go viral, that plays a big part. And so you make something out of passion, you put it online, and maybe nobody sees it. So a festival, it celebrates the art form, it celebrates the passion, it gives the platform for those who truly deserve it. And when people come, they have a sort of guarantee that some people have put good effort into selecting this content, and these people actually deserve it. And that's why we designed the festival that way. It's not just a matter of putting the film out for people to see. Festivals are supposed to celebrate it. They are supposed to inspire and educate the newcomers. So while we wanted to focus on students and amateurs, we also wanted to give them an opportunity to learn and better themselves. That's why when we designed the festival, we made it 50% films from the UAE, and the rest 50% are films from all over the world. So they can watch these films with varying cultures, genres, and they can learn and be better filmmakers themselves. And maybe next year when they submit for the festival, that will have an effect on them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, viewers definitely want to know something that's been in their mind all throughout, ever since this festival has launched. Why WOIS? And what's the reason behind this interesting name?
Like I said, when we were designing the festival, we had my group of friends, including yourself. So when we were talking about how this festival should be named and what should be the core objectives, it was clear to us that it should be international, and short films should be a key identity, because short films are, it's a medium that anybody can have access to. I mean, feature films, you need a big budget or anything, but short films, anybody can make it, and that's the beauty of it. So when we were throwing about the idea, we wanted to be international and we wanted to be short film, and then came the need to name it. It need to have a name. So we were discussing, and one of the core team members, Sai Rajiv, he pitched in, let's name it after the national animal of the UAE. So I immediately thought that's camel. Well, it's not. And I asked around, and lots of people seem to think that it's camel. And I thought that was sort of interesting, because the actual national animal is white oryx, or oryx, let's say.
Yeah.
White oryx is sort of the alternate name for Arabian oryx, which is found in this region. And not many people know that. And that drew us close connection to our focus, our target audience, that's students and amateurs. Nobody really knows about these filmmakers with passion. So that's how the name came to be, White Oryx International Short Film Festival. And in short, we call it WOIS Film Fest, giving voice to those with passion.
That's wow, that's really nice. And at the same time, it really gets us thinking, right? And that's also a unique aspect of our festival. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was nice to know how the idea has germinated. We look further into how this idea of his has finally germinated and taken shape, and also understand the various happenings during the course of the festival in the next segment. Stay tuned. I'll see you after a short break.